Welcome back, students. Today we will study about a very important topic in the chapter of units and measurement, that is significant figures and rounding off. As we have been studying for a while now, that every measurement involves errors. Thus, the result of measurement should be reported in such a way that indicates the precision of measurement. Normally, the reported result of measurement is a number that includes all digits in the number that are known reliably plus the first digit that is uncertain. The reliable digits plus the first uncertain digit are known as significant digits or significant figures. When using our calculators, we must determine the correct answer. Our calculators are mindless drones and don't know the correct answer. There are two different types of numbers, exact and measured. Exact numbers are infinitely important. Measured numbers are measured with a measuring device, so these numbers have error. An exact number is obtained when you count objects or use a defined relationship. Like counting objects are always exact. 2 soccer balls, 4 pizzas. Exact relationships are predefined values, not measured. Like 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. For instance, if 1 foot is equal to 12.000000000001 inches, no, 1 foot is exactly 12 inches. So, exact numbers are obtained by counting. Measured numbers are obtained by using a measuring tool. So, measurement and significant figures. If we say the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is 1.62 seconds, the digits 1 and 6 are reliable and certain, while the digit 2 is uncertain. Thus, the measured value has three significant figures. The length of an object reported after measurement to be 287.5 cm has four significant figures. The digits 2, 8 and 7 are certain, while the digit 5 is uncertain. Clearly, reporting the result of measurement that includes more digits than the significant digits is superfluous and also misleading, since it would give a wrong idea about the precision of measurement. So that's what is shown in the figure also. Every experimental measurement has a degree of uncertainty. The volume V at right is certain in the tens place. 10 milliliter less than V less than 20 milliliter. So it is lying somewhere between 20 and 10. The ones digit is also certain. 17 milliliter less than V less than 18 milliliter. A best guess is needed for the tenth place. You can see that the mark that is shown for the value of liquid in the measuring cylinder is lying somewhere between 17 and 18. But in order to get an exact value for the measured value, we have to make some guess. And the best guess will give us the desired result. Take one more example. What is the length? We can see the markings are between 1.6 and 1.7 centimeter. We can't see the markings between the 0.6 and 0.7 values. So obviously we need to guess. We record 1.67 centimeter as our measurement. The last digit, the 7, was our guess. In this case, what is the length of the wooden stick? Is it 4.5 centimeter or 4.54 centimeter or 4.547 centimeter? So most properly the answer should be 4.54 centimeter. But for the last digit, we have made one approximation. So do you see why measured numbers have error? You have to make that guess. All but one of the significant figures are known with certainty. The last significant figure is only the best possible estimate. To indicate the precision of a measurement, the value recorded should use all the digits known with certainty. Below are two measurements of mass of the same object. The same quantity is being described at two different levels of precision or certainty. Like for example, a mass between 54.06 gram and 54.08 gram. We have written the value as 54.07 gram. But for a mass between 54.07137 gram and 54.07139 gram, we have written 54.07138 gram. So the last digit is always uncertain. The rules for determining the number of significant figures can be understood from these examples. Significant figures indicate, as already discussed, the precision of measurement which depends on the least count of the measuring instrument. A choice of change of different units does not change the number of significant digits or figures in a measurement. The important remark makes most of the following observations clear. For example, the length 2.308 centimeter. A length 2.308 centimeter has 4 significant figures, but in different units the same value can be written as 0.02308 meter, like if you are converting from centimeter to meter, or suppose we are writing it as 23.08 millimeter, or we can write it as 23080, that is 23,080 micrometer. All these numbers have the same number of significant figures, that is 2308, namely 4. This shows that the location of decimal point is of no consequence in determining the number of significant figures. So significant figures in the measured value of a physical quantity tell the number of digits in which we have confidence. Larger the number of significant figures obtained in a measurement, greater is the accuracy of the measurement. Conventionally, the number of digits which are known accurately plus the last one digit whose value is known only approximately form the significant figures. Significant figures often represent the accuracy with which a physical quantity is measured. Therefore, number of significant figures in a physical quantity depends upon the least count of the instrument used for its measurement, as I was telling you earlier. For example, suppose thickness of a glass slide measured using a vernier caliper is 0.23 centimeter. When the same thickness is measured using a spherometer, one more instrument, spherometer, we may obtain the thickness as 0.237 centimeter. So this value has 3 significant figures. What was the previous value? 0.23 centimeter when we were making use of the vernier caliper, and now we make use of spherometer, we obtain a value as 0.237 centimeter. So since this value has 3 significant figures, so it should be considered as more accurate. So there are some rules for counting significant figures in a given expression. When reading a measured value, all non-zero digits should be counted as significant. There is a set of rules for determining if a zero in a measurement is significant or not. So the first rule is that all non-zero digits are significant. For example, if we take A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then how many significant figures are there? There are 4 significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4. So count the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 significant figures. If we take a value x equal to 189, how many significant figures are there? 189. This means there are 3 significant figures. All zeros occurring between two non-zero digits are significant. Zeros in the middle of a number are like any other digit. They are always significant. Thus, 94.072 has 5 significant figures. For example, if x is equal to 1007, 1007, then how many significant figures are there? There are 4 significant figures. If x is equal to 1.0809, then how many significant figures are there? 5 significant figures. 10809. Zeros at the beginning of a number are not significant. They act only to locate the decimal point. Thus, 0.0834 centimeter has 3 significant figures, 834, and 0.02907 milliliter has 4, 2907. So there are 4 significant figures. So in a number less than 1, all zeros to the right of decimal point and to the left of a non-zero digit are not significant. So if we put x equal to 1.0084, if we put x equal to 1.0084, how many significant figures are there? If we put x equal to 1.0084, there are 5 significant figures. Now next rule, zeros at the end of a number and after the decimal point are significant. It is assumed that these zeros would not be shown unless they were significant. 138.200 meter has 6 significant figures. If the value were known to only 4 significant figures, we would write 138.2 meter. So all zeros on the right of the last non-zero digit in the decimal part are significant. So if we are writing x equal to 0.00800, then it has got 3 significant figures, 800. The zeros before 8 are not significant. Again 1.00 has 3 significant figures. Next rule. All zeros on the right of non-zero digit are not significant. For example, x equal to 1000 has only one significant figure. X equal to 378000 has 3 significant figures. So zeros at the end of a number and before an implied decimal point may or may not be significant. We cannot tell whether they are part of the measurement or whether they act only to locate the unwritten but implied decimal point. For example, suppose distance between two stations is measured to be 3050 meter. Distance between two stations is measured to be 3050 meter. It has 4 significant figures, 3050. The same distance can be expressed as 3.050 kilometer or 3.050 into 10 to the power 5 centimeter. In all these expressions, number of significant figures continues to be 4. Thus, we conclude that change in units of measurement of a quantity does not change the number of significant figures. So here is a practice rule for counting the number of zeros. 45.8736. How many significant figures? 6. 0.000239. How many significant figures? 3. You have to count only 239. Ignore the zeros. 0.0002390. How many significant figures are there? 5. Because you have to count 239 and then the 2 zeros. 48000. How many significant figures? 2. 48000. How many significant figures? How many significant figures are there? 2. 3.982 into 10 to the power 6. You have to count all the digits. So there are 4 significant figures. 1.00040. So how many significant figures? 6. 1.00040. So 45.8736 has 6 significant figures. 0.000239 has 3 significant figures. 0.00023900 has 5 significant figures. 48000.00. So you have to count the digits before the decimal point. So 5 significant figures. 48000, there are 2 significant figures. 3.982 into 10 to the power 6, there are 4 significant figures. 1.00040 has 6 significant figures. Now coming to an important way of writing down a number, that is the scientific notation. Scientific notation is a convenient way to write a very small or a very large number. Numbers are written as a product of a number between 1 and 10 times the number 10 raised to power. For example, consider the fifth one, 3.982 into 10 to the power 6. So a very big number has been written in a certain way by expressing it in the powers of 10. So the same number could have been written in an expanded form, or say the very small number 0.000239900. Instead of writing it in this manner, we can count the number of digits and put it to the power of 10. So that is the scientific notation. So 215 is written in scientific notation as 2.15 into 100. That can be further written as 2.15 into 10 into 10, and so we can write down 215 as 2.15 into 10 to the power 2. Two examples of converting standard notation to scientific notation. One we have right now discussed, 215, how we have written it as 2.15 into 10 to the power 2. Similarly, if the number is 0.00215, see the steps. I'm just zooming it for you. So 0.00215 can be written as 2.15 into 1 by 1000. 2.15 into 1000 can be written as 1 by 10 into 10 into 10. So we can write down 2.15 into 1 by 10 to the power 3. So ultimately we can write down 2.15 into 10 to the power minus 3. So instead of writing down 0.00215, we have written it in a different notation as 2.15 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this is the scientific notation. Similarly, 3.7962 into 10 to the power 4, this is written in the scientific notation. If you want to convert it into the standard notation, straight away do the multiplication, you will get 37962. 1.56 into 10 to the power minus 8, if you want to write it down in the standard notation, you can write down 0.00000000156. So this is also a way of writing down the numbers. So scientific notation is helpful for indicating how many significant figures are present in a number that has zeros at the end but to the left of a decimal point. For example, the distance between the Earth to the Sun is 150,000,000 kilometer. Written in standard notation, this number could have anywhere between 2 to 9 significant figures. Scientific notation can indicate how many digits are significant. So writing 150,000,000 as 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 indicates 2. And writing it as 1.500 into 10 to the power 8 indicates 4. Scientific notation can make doing arithmetic easier. Now we will come to a very important part of this topic, that is the rounding off. While rounding off measurements, we use the following rules by convention. But the question arises, why do we need to round off? Often when doing arithmetic on a pocket calculator, the answer is displayed with more significant figures than are really justified. How do you decide how many digits to keep? So there are some simple rules. Rule 1. If the first digit you remove is 4 or less, drop it and all following digits like 2.4271 becomes 2.4 when rounded off to two significant figures, because the first drop digit is 4 or less. If the first digit removed is 5 or greater, round up by adding 1 to the last digit kept. 4.5832 is 4.6 when rounded off to two significant figures, since the first drop digit 8 is 5 or greater. If a calculation has several steps, it is best to round off at the end. Like for example, 1.5587 rounded off will be 1.56. 0.0037421 will become 0.00374. 1367 rounded off will become 1370. 128522 will be rounded off to 129000. And 1.6683 into 10 to the power 6 will become 1.67 into 10 to the power 6. So what are the basic rules? If the digit to be dropped is less than 5, then the preceding digit is left unchanged. For example, if x is equal to 7.82, then it should be rounded off to 7.8. But if the number is x equal to 3.94, it should be rounded off to 3.9. If the digit to be dropped is more than 5, then the preceding digit is raised by 1. For example, if x is equal to 6.87, it is rounded off to 6.9. If x is equal to 12.78, it is rounded off to 12.8. Now what will happen if the digit to be dropped is 5 followed by digits other than 0? Then the preceding digit is raised by 1. For example, x equal to 16.351 is rounded off to 16.4. If x is equal to 6.758, it is rounded off to 6.8. If the digit to be dropped is 5 or 5 followed by zeros, then the preceding digit is left unchanged if it is even. Like for example, if x is equal to 3.250, it becomes 3.2. If it is x equal to 12.650, it becomes 12.6. If the digit to be dropped is 5 or 5 followed by zeros, then the preceding digit is raised by 1 if it is odd. For example, if x is equal to 3.750, 7 is an odd number, so it will be rounded off to 3.8. If the number is 16.15, 1 is odd number, so it will become 16.2 on rounding off. Now coming to the arithmetical operations with significant figures. Any result is calculated by compounding, that is adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing two or more variables which might have been measured with different degrees of accuracy. Inaccuracy in measurement of any one variable affects the accuracy of the final results. Hence, in general, the final result of compounding any number of variables shall have significant figures corresponding to the number in the least accurate variable involved. To understand this, let us consider an example. Like for example, if you are having a chain of which all links are strong except the one, the chain will obviously break at the weakest link. Thus, the strength of the chain cannot be more than the strength of the weakest link in the chain. Therefore, the results of arithmetic operations performed with measurements cannot be more accurate than the original measurements themselves. Hence, we ensure that we do not imply a greater accuracy in our result than was obtained originally in our measurements. We will continue our discussion on significant figures and arithmetical operations in our next session.